asks Mephisto to continue, and what Mephisto says is that Lady Death, Mistress Death, just like any other woman, has her heart warmed by courage. Despite the fact that her heart is cold, she may find that because Thanos is willing to be courageous, that she may find herself more attracted to him than she previously did. And the question Thanos has is, how do I demonstrate this courage? How can I demonstrate the fact that I'm courageous when I'm going against forces that have no ability to stop me? And what Mephisto says is to not use the complete power of the gauntlet, to more or less use a portion of the power that the gauntlet has, to allow these superheroes a chance of victory. And if they are victorious, then he will die in the face of courage, and he will earn the heart of Mistress Death, or he will fight and win the conflict with everything he has, thereby continuing to demonstrate courage and winning the heart of Mistress Death. And that because Thanos has so much power, that this is not something that's outside of his ability to control. This element, this idea immediately rings a tone with Thanos. Thanos latches onto it and believes that this may very well be the case. And we see Eros commenting on this. Eros says that this is very strange, this is very weird, that for the most part, Mephisto just allowed the Earthbound superheroes the slightest chance for victory, however small, however unlikely it may be. They stand more of a chance now than they ever did before. And so he's more or less trying to figure out what kind of game Mephisto is playing here, what it is that he's doing. And so what we see Thanos doing is unfreezing time. Thanos, for the most part, allows the conflict to continue using only the power gem. Now, the other thing here is that Eros sees that somebody is standing over him, and when he looks up, he realizes that it's only Nebula. Now, Nebula is someone I would like you to keep in the back of your head, because Nebula will become extremely important in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. But as the story continues, as things move forward again, Thanos says that he's only going to use his power gem, and that the power gem should allow him whatever it is that he needs to do. It will augment the existing abilities that he has to the point where he will still be able to defeat the Earthbound superheroes. And so what Thanos does is he snaps his fingers and time continues. From here we see that Namor the Submariner and various other superheroes who were on a collision course with the Shrine continue along the path that they were previously on, and various things are destroyed. But what we see as this story continues is that for the most part, this belief in the possibility of victory goes away very, very fast. And the reason why is because we see the Incredible Hulk using the full power at his disposal, as angry as he can possibly get, and attempting to punch Thanos, attempting to assault Thanos. But Thanos here appears to maybe make himself extremely large, make him take on some sort of mass, and he's able to, for the most part, overpower the Incredible Hulk, or at the very least push him away. But we see that the actions of the Incredible Hulk were a diversion in order for the Vision to sneak up behind Thanos and attempt to defeat him. But the power that the Vision has is not enough for Thanos to be defeated. He really doesn't do much here. He simply just kind of shoots an energy beam at Thanos, but that's pretty much it. And again, we see Eros continuing to comment here, saying that this strategy was flawlessly executed, that this strategy was absolutely perfect, and that a lesser foe, anyone other than Thanos, would have been defeated here. But in the end, they're fighting Thanos. And even if Thanos were not using the Infinity Gauntlet, he would still be able to withstand the power of this attack due to the vast power that Thanos has. Thanos goes on to comment and say that he never would have expected this kind of an attack, that this actually took him by surprise. And again, we see Eros also commenting, saying that Captain America is leading the charge, which is the reason why a lot of these attacks are so well coordinated. We see Captain America commenting and saying to continue on relentlessly trying to overpower Thanos, to continue trying to do what they can to defeat Thanos. But again, we switch back to Eros here, and Eros continues to comment and say that these hopes are vain. The possibility of defeating Thanos is simply just something that can't be done. And that for the most part, he's awestruck by the fact that in the face of almost guaranteed victory, that the Earthbound superheroes continue. At this point, we switch over to Adam Warlock and the Silver Surfer, and Adam Warlock asks the Silver Surfer how the conflict is going, and the Silver Surfer says it's going exactly as expected, which of course means that they simply didn't expect these superheroes to be very successful. And the Silver Surfer says that he should be there with them, he should be fighting alongside them. And Adam Warlock says this would be utter folly. And the reason why he says this would be folly is because the Silver Surfer has a vast and important role that he is supposed to play here. But Adam Warlock won't tell the Silver Surfer what it is, because if the Silver Surfer knows what it is, Thanos could read the Silver Surfer's mind and prepare himself for the attack. But when Silver Surfer asks Adam Warlock whether or not this is something that he should concern himself with, that Thanos may read his mind, Adam Warlock replies by saying that this is not something that Thanos would do. Now, the whole reason why is something that's not necessarily explained to us in this issue, but in previous issues, and especially the ongoing series right now regarding Adam Warlock and Thanos in the Marvel comics, and Adam Warlock's return to the Marvel Universe, gives us an indication into how it is their inner minds work, which actually work in a very warped way. They have this extremely kind of screwed up perspective on the universe. But we switch back to the conflict with Thanos, who is now fighting against Namor the Submariner and She-Hulk. And what we see is that Thanos physically punches both of them. He physically touches both of them. And when he does, some kind of growth begins to develop on them. And the growth begins to spread extremely fast. And what this is something that we're not explicitly told. They simply just seem to be covered in dirt or seem to be converting into dirt, indicating to us that maybe Thanos is either using the power gem to possibly hyper jump their evolution, or is using the power gem to warp them into something else. But whatever it is that happens to take place here, Namor the